Welcome to Dr. Pat's Peace, Love, and Understanding cable TV show. This is WQED in Queens, New York. Every week I invite experts on peace, love, or understanding and how people can, they show us how people can change their thinking, change their behaviors, and change the world by focusing on relationships. Today's expert is Carrie Glenn, who came all the way from Pacific Grove, California. She is the founder of Etiquette at Hand, and she calls herself a corporate expert etiquette coach. Can you tell us, plain and simple, what etiquette is? All I remember is it's wearing white gloves and setting the table appropriately.
Yes, Pat, thank you. That is a part of it, although the white gloves are optional at this point in society. However, etiquette is the simple displaying courtesy to other people, whether or not you feel like it. No matter how hard it is, no matter how upset you get, you just strive to show courtesy at all times to all people. So that's the simplified definition.
I think we'll get into some more complicated parts of it before, because I've checked her website and her publications and her videos. It's impressive. My first question is, how did you get into this? In your career journey, how did you end up focusing on etiquette?
Right, well, as a child, back in the 70s, we had what we call the IQ testing that people did for the children, and so in second grade I was asked to do the test, and I was a lover of school. I was an overachiever, perfectionist, so I took the test with high hopes, and I was told that I had missed genius by 2 points, and I was distraught. Totally, my life was over. My parents assured me, they said, Carrie, this is not that you're not smart. You did well in your math, you did well in your English, these other skills. You missed this because of your lack of social skills. And I said, my what? What's that? So I'll kind of describe that. So that was the first beginning that something was missing. And I realized as I watched my other friends who were now geniuses go on to get to join the clubs and do the extracurricular activities, and now they're being groomed for college while I'm one of the other children because I'm not the genius. So that was my first introduction, that something was wrong with me because of things I didn't know on how to act in society.
So then where did you get your book learning or college degree? I have a degree in home economics. That prepared you to take this message about being civil and kind and courteous to others to businesses.
Right. Well, I studied, self-studied, and then I also was certified abroad, and, well, not abroad, Canada. Although getting in, you should have seen, it was quite the tale.
There was a college in Canada that gives you a degree on etiquette.
It wasn't a college, it was an etiquette instructor who gives out the certificates. So I just went and studied under a mentor to receive the certificate. And of course it was hours of self-study, self-teaching, turning to experts like Emily Post, to Judith Martin, who is the queen of etiquette. And it took a lot of years and a lot of time to really learn the skills and to find out my niche, because with etiquette there's so many areas, like you said, white gloves, dining, where you want to be good at, and relationships. When I started realizing that being polite to one another can actually help conflict, that's when the light went off for me. That's when I thought, wow, this isn't just something that's great to do because we're in society and we should be nice. This actually is helpful to conflicted relationships. And when I saw those healing, that's when I,
Yeah, thank you. I saw the list of many of your workshops there. And the one that interested me was one for teenagers. And it had conflict resolution and dating skills and manners, and I'm sure that's the opening the car door stuff. Tell me what your favorite population is you have brought these messages to. And especially tell us about working with teenagers. What does the group look like, et cetera?
right, my very favorite group that I've worked with is actually a group from age 5 to 12 was the oldest. And no other reason other than they were just fun to work with, they were eager to learn, they were already pretty polite to begin with, but I was able to give them some skills that they can now take back to school. And if a child bullies them, they have an answer. If they forget to do their homework, they know how to apologize correctly. Doesn't mean they're gonna, they'll still get marked down.
Yeah.
But I really loved that age. And then also I did love millennials. I did a speech for an organization that was filled with millennials.
Remind us what millennials are.
It's the age group of about 25 to 32-ish, kind of in that age group, and it is a common misconception that they are disloyal, that they're just the worst generation coming up right now. They're very eager, they're very courteous, they're very kind. Some of them just don't know because they don't have the skills to show that they are loyal and that they care.
Okay. You also take this to businesses, corporate leadership. You have something that you've developed called the Millionaire Manners Series. Tell me how that would help you become a millionaire.
Well, let me ask you, when you're getting ready to go on the road with a show perhaps, and you need investors, if you walk into a meeting and you're like, hey everyone, now that's an exaggeration. We wouldn't do that. However, you're at a lunch meeting with potential sponsors, potential employers, and they watch how you eat, and they see that you're using your plates wrong, you're using the wrong silverware. Perhaps you've buttered your whole bread, and now you're picking it up and just taking little bites, thinking that you're using very good manners. And they notice that. It will not make you not get the job or the sponsorship. However, if there's someone else who also is going for that same sponsorship or that same job, and they have the exact same qualifications, and they have the manners that you don't have, that's where it affects you. Like me.
You
in
give them
second
the
grade.
edge to
I give them the edge.
succeed.
Right.
Okay, and that leads me to another question, and it ties with the question about the populations you work with. It seems like there's an air of privilege around it. You're addressing millionaires, you're addressing 5 to 12-year-olds to teach them how to climb the ladder. How many of your students are male? It sounds like a very female thing. And how many of them are people of color and people of, quote, lower classes, not the upper and high upper?
Yes. Actually, the young class that I was talking to you had one girl in it, and the rest were boys.
Oh, here.
Right, so the
Yes.
parents were concerned, and they're professional parents, and the thing is when we're professional parents and we're entrepreneurs, all of our self is what people buy. They don't just buy our product, but they buy the brand of what they see. So they were concerned that their children were hiding behind them when they're being introduced, things like that. So they just wanted to give their kids that confidence and then also, make them look good. So
And that could apply to any group.
that can apply to any group.
Yes.
Right.
Fabulous.
Exactly.
Let's talk a little bit more about the business. She, on her website, etiquetteathand.com, I'm sure it's on the screen, has, like me on Facebook, you do Pinterest, you do Instagram, you do all of them.
Yes.
How does that help a business, which is about one-to-one interactions, grow? I don't understand that.
Social media is very much like a talk show. It gives you an audience. And that's the thing that it does. It gives you an audience, and then that audience, some of them become clients. So
Okay.
that's how that helps.
And your population is all age groups, so
Correct.
therefore that's it. There was one part of the social media that I did not, wasn't able to access, and I notice you've written a book about it. That's periscopequeen.com.
Right.
What is a Periscope Queen?
Periscope is a new app, and it's a live broadcasting app. The thing about Etiquette is we're always concerned about our presentation. So I created the Periscope checklist so that people who are using this app and live broadcasting themselves for other people can step back and take a look and make sure, am I presenting myself in exactly the way that I want to best represent my brand? And
Well, thank you, Carrie. Let's have a round of applause from the audience. The websites are up on the credit. Thank you very much.